Coming up on today's episode of Airborne-Unlimited. Starliner return delayed again and again. Coast Guard rescues 2 people from downed Seneca 2. Members of Lakeland Aero Club to compete in junior gliding championships. Welcome to Airborne Unlimited. I'm your host, Holland Lee. Let's get into today's stories. Starliner return delayed again and again. Another day, another Starliner delay, or so it seems. NASA and Boeing leadership report that they are, quote, adjusting the return to Earth of the Starliner Crew Flight Test spacecraft with agency astronauts Butch Wilmore and Suni Williams from the ISS, end quote. The move off Wednesday, June 26, deconflicts Starliner's undocking and landing from a series of planned ISS spacewalks while allowing mission teams time to review propulsion system data. Steve Stick, manager of NASA's Commercial Crew Program, said, quote, we are taking our time and following our standard mission management team process. We are letting the data drive our decision-making relative to managing the small helium system leaks and thruster performance we observed during rendezvous and docking. Additionally, given the duration of the mission, it is appropriate for us to complete an agency-level review, similar to what was done ahead of the NASA SpaceX Demo 2 return after 2 months on orbit, to document the agency's formal acceptance on proceeding as planned, end quote. Mission managers are evaluating future return opportunities following the station's 2 planned spacewalks on Monday, June 24th and Tuesday, July 2nd. After the break, NDAA passes House with Rep. Daryl Issa's provisions.
Well, hello, fellow pilot. I'm John King.
And I'm Martha King.
You know, we've all had our flying lives disrupted lately.
Well, King Schools is here to help you stay up to date with courses that you can access on your desktop, iPad, or iPhone. If you'd like a refresher or just want to expand your aviation horizons, we have a course for you.
So head over to kingschools.com/rusty today for details.
Flying is my entire life. It's all that I've ever known. I've relied on Hartzell propellers since about 1995. Hartzell means much more than a propeller. It's a relationship. When you hear the phrase built on honor, they care about us as pilots, they care about our community, and they care about the product they build. It's such a proud honor to fly behind that propeller.
Welcome back. Now let's take a trip around the patch for some shorter stories. NDAA passes House with Rep. Daryl Issa's provisions. The House of Representatives passed its version of the National Defense Authorization Act with a provision authored by California Congressman Daryl Issa. It authorizes the Congressional Medal of Honor to be awarded to Korean warfighter pilot Navy Captain E. Royce Williams for his actions during a dogfight with Soviet MiG-15s in 1952. As a then-lieutenant, flying a Grumman F-9F Panther during a combat air patrol near the Yalu River, he became engaged with 7 MiG-15s in a dogfight that went on for 35 minutes, the longest in naval history. He somehow managed to down or disable at least 4 of them, but was able to return to the carrier in his severely damaged airplane with 263 holes in it and only elevator control. Vertical Flight Society's 18th Annual Electric Aircraft Symposium leads into AirVenture. The Vertical Flight Society is on track for the biggest electric aircraft development conference yet, with more than 40 speakers set to present at the 18th Annual Electric Aircraft Symposium. It will once again be held in Oshkosh, Wisconsin, with support for remote attendance for those who can't make the trip. Funny enough, this year we'll see the EAS held in the weekend immediately preceding AirVenture 2024. The Society remains a very distinctive, enthusiastic body for those who are enthralled by the intricacies of VTOL operations. Airbus Helicopters begins flight test program for NH90 standard. Airbus Helicopters announced that the NH90 Standard 2 prototype developed for the French Army Light Aviation Special Forces operations has entered into its flight test program. Flight testing is intended to validate the design of this Special Forces variant, also referred to as the NH90FS, and is expected to last until the end of the year based on the schedule agreed upon with the French Armament General Directorate. Enstrom to attend AirVenture. Resurgent helicopter manufacturer Enstrom Helicopter Corporation announced it would be returning to AirVenture 2024 in Oshkosh, Wisconsin. Enstrom's Chief Commercial Officer Dennis Martin said, quote, "There's nothing like being surrounded by hundreds of thousands of people who share your same passion for aviation. You could say it's the one time of year I feel normal," end quote. Enstrom promises that it will bring out its company representatives for some quality FaceTime with attendees, including owner Chuck Surack. That's it for today's trip around the patch. Let's get back to the rest of the news. Coast Guard rescues 2 people from downed Seneca 2. A Piper PA-34-200 Seneca ditched into the sea about 10 miles off Northwest Point, Providenciales, following a loss of engine power. The aircraft was en route from North Palm Beach County Airport, Florida to Providenciales International Airport when it experienced power loss. The Coast Guard rescued 2 people on board Saturday after the Piper Seneca ditched 10 miles northwest of Providenciales, Turks and Caicos Islands. A Coast Guard Operation Bahamas Turks and Caicos MH-60 Jayhawk aircrew hoisted both individuals and transported them to emergency medical services at Turks and Caicos International Airport in stable condition. Coast Guard District 7 watchstanders received a request for assistance from the Turks and Caicos Rescue Coordination Center at approximately 12:15 p.m. after a 28-foot aircraft declared an emergency offshore. The Turks and Caicos Rescue Coordination Center issued an urgent marine information broadcast notice to mariners and launched multiple marine units. Coast Guard District 7 watchstanders also directed the launch of an OP-BAT MH-60 Jayhawk aircrew, who were able to locate and rescue both individuals at approximately 3:30 p.m. After these messages, members of Lakeland Aero Club to compete in Junior Gliding Championships.
For over 30 years, the massive Sport Plane Resource Guide has provided expert, credible information, evaluations, and critical analysis of all that the sport aviation world has to offer. The all-new digital Sport Plane Resource Guide is coming with extensive multimedia features that are constantly updated, an even more comprehensive online guide to all things sport aviation. Available soon. www.sportplane.com.
Welcome back. Members of Lakeland Aero Club to compete in Junior Gliding Championships. 5 members of the Lakeland Aero Club will travel to Ostrow, Poland to compete in the Junior World Gliding Championships. The event is sanctioned by the Fédération Aéronautique Internationale World Air Sports Federation and will be held from July 13th through 27th. The team's glider pilot will be Stephen Tellman, and his support crew will consist of Quest Hipps, Dallas Hurd, Kenneth Turbeville, and Matthew Turbeville. Tellman is the youngest glider pilot in the history of American competitors, and to qualify he was required to compete in regional contests and earn badges. The FAI competition is held biennially in a different country, with pilots competing for speed and distance to win awards and recognition. In this year's contest, 67 glider pilots from 21 countries will show off their flying skills as they vie for the soaring awards. Lakeland Aero Club is a 501c3 not-for-profit high school flying club based at Lakeland Linder International Airport in Lakeland, Florida, on the campus of the Aerospace Center for Excellence. Its mission is to stimulate interest in aviation and provide opportunities for young people through hands-on experience in flying, maintaining, and restoring antique airplanes. Aviation philanthropist James C. Ray created the idea for the club and funded its creation. And that's our show for today. You can catch episodes of Airborne on YouTube, Roku, or Fire TV. Just search for Aero-News or Airborne, and don't forget to follow us on social media. Thanks for watching.